What's up, Business Freedom Podcast listeners? I've got a special tactic that I want to share with you today that really helps contribute to my level of well-being and mental well-being when it comes to being involved in a couple businesses, having a couple kids, having a wife that I really want to serve and make happy. I have a men's group that I'm actively involved in. I'm taking care of myself physically. I'm in the Word. I'm doing the things that I really want to do to live an amazing life. And this one thing that I do weekly has really changed everything for me. And I believe it'll change everything for you as well. This is called the clarity break. And so it is let me define it first. I want to give you a quote, and then I want to take you through what you would even do during a 90-minute time block once a week where you're out of your regular grind, whatever that looks like. You're not in the real estate office. You're not at home. You're probably in a coffee shop. You're with no technology. You don't have your laptop. You have a journal potentially and a list of questions that you're asking yourself every week. And this is really this will be personal and professional. You're just getting out of every day to focus on, is the thing you're building really leading you to the place you want to go? There's a quote by James Clear, who wrote a really good book called Atomic Habits. And this is, I'm going to read two quotes. First quote is, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." That is so cool. So this is a guy that wrote a book on how habits, good and bad, can lead you to a certain place. And so you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Another quote from the book, and this will set the stage here for our time together, is becoming the type of person you want to become, someone who lives by a stronger standard, someone who believes in themselves, someone who can be counted on by the people that matter to them, is about the daily process you follow and not the ultimate product you achieve. So it's about the daily process you follow, not the ultimate product you achieve. So let's talk about clarity breaks. What is it? It's 90 minutes, like I said, away from everything, where you're just thinking about your business and your life. And there's one more quote, and I have to share it because it's laughable. Henry Ford made a comment or quote: "Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason so few engage in it." So what would you do during 90 minutes? This is time where you think about, the hours you're putting into your business, the money you're making, the stress you're enduring. If you heard me talk at all about what we stand for in Real Estate B School, it's helping you with the equation time, money, and stress. And so you're giving a certain amount of hours to your real estate business, you're making a certain amount of money, and you're enduring a certain level of stress. So once a week, start with that question. Did I take steps? Maybe there's a few questions that unpack that one concept, time, money, and stress. Did I take any steps to eliminate, or clear up time in my schedule, non-productive time? Did I, get out of low dollar productive activities so I can get it to high dollar productive activities? Where was I stressed last week? So there's just practical questions you can ask yourself. I've got an actual list here that I want to share with you, because I think this will really serve you. And I think you can put this into action very quickly, and just get your phone now, pull over to the side of the road, or if you're running, to take a walk break and put a 90-minute recurring weekly appointment called Clarity Break, with yourself into your calendar. I like to do mine on Friday mornings. And so the first question is the vision/plan for the business on track? What is the number one goal right now? Next question. Am I focusing on the most important things in my business life and my personal life? Do I have the right people in the right seats to scale? What is the one people move I must make this quarter? How strong is my bench? If you've got a bigger team, how strong is my leadership, management, and accountability? If I lose a key player, or if I lose an agent, do I have somebody ready to fill their seat? Are my systems and processes working well? What's missing? What seems overly complicated that must be simplified? Do I understand what my direct reports truly love to do and are great at doing? Am I leveraging their strengths? What can I delegate to others in order to use my time more effectively? Or how can I put myself in a higher dollar productive spot? What can we do to be more productive versus more reactive as a team? What can I do to improve communication with my team? That is a big one. Big one. We think we communicate and we don't as business owners. And last question you can consider is, what's my top priority this week, this month, this quarter? A lot of times we don't slow down enough to take just a little bit of our week. Let's say you work, let's keep the math simple. Let's say you work 45 hours a week and I'm asking you to take 1.5 hours, right? So what's 1.5? I think it's 3%, 3.3%. Let's do the math. 1.5 hours divided by 45 hours is 3.3% of your week. To think about if the thing you're building is going to lead you to the point you want to go or lead you to the destination that you're wanting to end up at. There's one last saying that I'll mention here, and I'm part of a Christian business owners group called C12 here local to Charlotte. And they have this profound saying, and there's no person attached to it. I think it's just for the group. And it says this: priorities are what we do. Everything else is just talk. So when I asked the question earlier about, am I focusing on the most important things, business and personal? And you take into account that priorities are what we do. Everything else is just talk. If you're married, you've got children, or you have a faith, like, are you putting your faith in your family ahead of your business? Are you going to have any regrets when you really look back on this time, this season in life? Are you putting too many hours, enduring too much stress in your business, and that's having implications in your personal life? This is honestly the bottom line motivation for Real Estate B School, is to help folks that have somehow spun out in the wrong way on this conversation, where they know their family is important. They know they should show up a certain way as a husband. They know they should show up a certain way as a dad or a mother and a wife, or, and they just don't have the ability to do it because the business is taking them away from showing up. They've let their physical body go. Emotionally, they're not in a good place. Spiritually, it's just not what God would have for them. And they don't slow down enough on a regular basis just to take a deep breath and to realize most of the stuff we spin out over, we get stressed over, is not that important. And so really consider how this works into your day, your week. Priorities are what we do. Everything else is just talk. So if I were to look at your calendar and see where you spend your time, both in business and personal, and look at your finances and see where you spend your money in your business, and you're holding those expenses accountable, how would that look? Does that sort of have you take a step back and kind of scare you a little bit? I can only do that if you let me. And that's the only thing I have to quote unquote sell you, is a conversation with me about your business and how it's serving your life. That's the motivation. A lot of you are so wrapped up in your businesses, and you're so stressed, and you're not even making the kind of money that makes it worth it. And you're missing out on other areas of your life because your hours are too much in the business, because maybe you set it up the wrong way to begin with, or maybe you're just starting out, and you've got a small real estate team and it's sort of lopsided and sideways. Either way, go to realestatebschool.com. That's the only thing I've got for you. It's a conversation, 45 minutes, deep dive into the business, where you are today, where you want to go, and what's holding you back. So go to realestatebschool.com. I will see you over there. I'm out.